Hello, and welcome back to The Wrinkle. This is an episode that we're going to call, Is This Normal? So I'm an expert in the care of seniors, and people can only come in to see me in my office actually if they've been referred for a consultation from another healthcare provider, usually a family doctor or another specialist. And so I normally by the time people get to me, there often is something going on there, something that isn't normal. But many of the people I see are normal. And their question, or the referring question from the doctor is this normal? So I'm often very happy when I can tell people that what they're experiencing is completely normal and I can relieve some of their anxiety. But maybe if you're watching this, you're thinking, is what I'm going through normal? Now, of course, most of the time when people are referred for changes in memory, they want to know if what they're experiencing is a dementia. So many people come to see me and are worried about Alzheimer's or another type of dementia. A lot of times that's because somebody in their family has experienced that, and there's just a concern about whether or not that's going to be part of the person's journey. Now, turn my ringer down. I forgot to do that. But that's normal. When these things happen, some people are really sensitive to those kinds of cognitive missteps and are very worried that these are the kinds of things that could signal a major neurocognitive disorder like Alzheimer's. But a lot of those examples that I gave are normal, thankfully normal. I go into a room and forget why I'm there quite frequently. I often blank out on names and have to kind of talk my way around them until they come back to me. Those are examples of things that can happen with a normal brain or even a normally aging brain. Sometimes we have lapses in memory or brain performance because we are exhausted or because we just have too many things packed into our brains, too many things to keep track of, too many activities to juggle. It can just be too much, and the brain performance can suffer. So those kinds of things can be normal. But when should you worry? Well, that's part of why people come into my office to have some more advanced screening done. So we start with taking the history, but then we'll probably do some memory screening with some of those paper tests that you might have heard about. And we'll also ask you and your family how things are going on a day-to-day basis. And what we're really looking for are examples of how day-to-day function has changed because of memory. So if a person is something they used to do, like pay the bills every month, and now having difficulty paying the bills, well, that is not normal unless there's some other explanation. Or if somebody went to the store and then got lost coming home and ended up in another city and didn't come home for 4 or 5 hours, that's definitely not normal. So when we have examples of how memory changes get in the way of day-to-day function, that's when we kind of prick up our ears and do a little bit more digging to see if it's part of a major neurocognitive disorder. So, is your memory change normal? Well, if it's not really getting in your way of your day-to-day life, then yeah, it probably is. But if it is impairing your function to a significant degree, or if other people in your life are kind of noticing and urging you to go and get checked, then that's probably a good idea to follow up with. You may make your way all the way to a specialist like myself, and you might just receive that reassurance that you actually are normal, but it's always worth finding out. I'd love to hear your experience or whether or not you're wondering if something's normal. Also, what else would you like to see on this topic of is this normal? I'm hoping that we can do some more videos like this. I'll see you next time on The Wrinkle.